Hi, everyone. This is the Brad Free Report for Friday, March 1st. The best action this weekend, well, it's down in Gulfstream Park. The champion juvenile filly of 2018 makes her first start of 2019. And the fastest colt in the country, 3-year-old colt, makes his stakes debut, I should say, a little bit later on. So let's talk about the Grade 2 Devona Dale and the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth. The Devona Dale is race number 12 and a field of 7 lined up. Jaywalk on the inside is the 2 to 5 favorite. This would have been a much more intriguing race had Forward Gal winner Feedback entered, but Feedback is going to train into the Ashland Stakes at Keeneland. That will be her prep for the Kentucky Oaks. She's going to try to win the Kentucky Oaks in the 4th start of her career. I'm talking about Feedback. And by the way, that has been done before. In 2001, Flute won the Kentucky Oaks in the 4th start of her career. But the star of the fillies on Saturday at Gulfstream, it has to be Jaywalk. She won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies in a landslide by more than 5 lengths. And looking back on the recent history of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies, not counting Jaywalk, 4 of the last 11 Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies races were won by frontrunners. Now, if you can just eliminate Take Charge Brandy from that equation, she got good for 6 weeks. She was $1,000,000 to 1 when she won the Breeders' Cup. But those other 3 front-running Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies winners, it just struck me that Jaywalk is eerily similar to what these 3 look like. Let's take a look at the past performances of some of the ones I'm talking about. There's Jaywalk at the top. She won with a 94 Beyer. In 2015, it was Songbird going gate to wire. All she did in her career was go on to win 13 of 15 and be named champion 3-year-old filly the following year. How about Beholder? 3-year-old filly champion and 2-time older dirt female champion. And then back in 07, it was Indian Blessing who followed up her 2-year-old championship campaign by being named champion female sprinter the following year. Now, I don't know if Jaywalk is going to follow in the footsteps of Songbird, Beholder, and or Indian Blessing, but I do know this. She is on her way as a front-running winner of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies, a pattern that has produced subsequent stardom by the likes of those 3 other fillies you see on the screen, Songbird, Beholder, and Indian Blessing. Jaywalk is 2 to 5 to win the Devona Dale. I think she's probably going to win it. I don't think that that's any great revelation. If there is one upset candidate in the field, it would have to be number 6, Bold Script. Bold Script is listed at 12 to 1 in the Devona Dale. She's making her first start on dirt after a fairly successful 2-year-old campaign in Canada on synthetic and grass. Can she handle dirt in a race? Well, we're going to find out on Saturday. Let's take a look back at Bold Script's most recent start. It was at Woodbine in the Princess Elizabeth, and Bold Script is going to make a mockery of this field. She is going to run away and absolutely hide. She won by more than 7 lengths. She earned a good Beyer speed figure for whatever that's worth on synthetic, an 83 Beyer speed figure, her second win in 5 starts. Now, she did not have much behind her, probably, but she's been based down in Florida at Palmettos, and her workouts, at least on paper, look very, very good. She's drawn outside work, and she can steer away from the kickback. And I don't think that Bold Script is good enough to defeat Jaywalk, but maybe she's good enough to complete the exacta. So my wagering strategy in the Devona Dale is pretty simple. I'm going to concede the race to Jaywalk, like everybody, or like most people, and try to get Bold Script to come along and complete the exacta. I'll have a small win bet on Bold Script just in case Jaywalk happens to misfire. So a good race for Jaywalk in which to make her comeback, and we're going to see if she's as good as a 3-year-old as she is as a 2-year-old. Let's switch gears and talk about Colts. It's the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth. It's race number 13 on a long marathon card on Saturday at Gulfstream Park. And a field of 11 entered the race, and one of the more fascinating 3-year-old colts in the country. And I say fascinating because it's not often that you see a horse win by 14 lengths in his career debut and earn a 104 Beyer speed figure. And I'm referring to the morning line favorite, number 7, Hidden Scroll. This race, the Fountain of Youth, by the way, has not been all that formful of late. Favorites have won only 2 of the last 10, and 1 year ago, his promises fulfilled going gate to wire at $38. Let's take a look at Hidden Scroll's career debut. It was January 26th, Pegasus World Cup Day, and that's Hidden Scroll all by himself. Turning for home with a daylight lead, this son of hard spun turned it into a mockery under Joel Rosario, and he won clear. This is kind of a cool race. When you get a chance, go back and listen to Pete Aiello's call of the race. It's always kind of fun when you hear a track announcer get as excited as a normal racing fan does. And Aiello was quite enthralled with that victory, as were most of us. It was an outstanding win. The question is, what does it mean? Well, that race was on sloppy. I don't know if that makes any difference because they're going to be running on fast, but it was on sloppy. And I was curious, is there any historical evidence or clues that we might be able to kind of expect what can happen next time out with the horse that wins so well first time out with a triple-digit Beyer speed figure? You know, in the last 11 years, there have been 20 horses, not counting Hidden Scroll, that won their career. No, I think it does count Hidden Scroll. It does not. 20 horses made their career debut with a triple-digit Beyer speed figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chart of what they did. 20 of them, 19 of them ran again. 17 of them went favored. By the way, Pletcher trained 7 of them. Baffert trained 4. If you bet every triple-digit career debut winner next time out, you'd be showing a flat bet profit. I thought that was kind of surprising. 7 of them lost next time out, but they all hit the board. The only horse who did not race again was McLean's Music, and he went on to sire a Preakness winner, Cloud Computing, and last year's Grade 1 winner, Complexity. 3 of those 100-plus Beyer debut winners came back to earn another triple-digit Beyer, including Bourbon Courage, Declassify, and Justify. Now, the difference between those 20 runners and Hidden Scroll is all 20 of them earned that 100-plus Beyer speed figure on fast. So Hidden Scroll, maybe he's going to become a good horse, but he's going to have to do it on footing different than he won his career debut on. Here's another interesting stat, at least I thought it was interesting. Over the last 11 years, from those 19 horses that ran again, can you guess how many of those became graded stakes winners a little bit later on? Let's flip the page and take a quick peek at the 13 graded stakes winners. They won their career debut with a 100 Beyer speed figure or higher and later become graded stakes winners. Quality Road, Uncle Mo, Graydar, Midnight Lucky, Declassify, Havana, Justify. The grade 2s on the right, Traveling Man, Open, Bourbon Courage, Kauai Katie, Lightstream, and even a grade 3 winner, Strike Power. So I don't know why I should be surprised. I guess it's the cynic in me, because when a horse wins and runs off the screen, you kind of wonder, well, they got nowhere to go but down from there. That's not the case. Hidden Scroll might be a very good horse. Now, from a parimutuel perspective on Saturday in the Fountain of Youth, what do? I wish I could tell you. I don't know. I like Hidden Scroll. Am I interested in betting on him in his second career start on a fast track? Not really. Am I interested in betting against him? Not really. So all I can really do is point you in the direction of Daily Racing Form analyst Mike Welsh, who picked on top a horse by the name of Bourbon War. Bourbon War is listed at 10-1. I think his odds are going to be half that. I like Hidden Scroll. To me, I'm going to watch the race as a fan, and that's it. And we're going to find out a little bit more about Hidden Scroll. Welsh likes Bourbon War, who's listed at 10-1, and I think he's going to drop a lot lower than that. I'm not brave enough to pick against the favorite in the Fountain of Youth, and that's Hidden Scroll. But I am brave enough to pick a non-favorite out in California in the Pasadena Stakes on Saturday. It's race number 6. By the way, the rain is supposed to arrive on Friday night, so this race, scheduled for 1 mile on turf, likely to be run on going that is a little bit less than firm. And if it stays on grass, number 2, Much Better, is expected to scratch. I like number 8, Neptune Storm. It took this guy a long time to kind of get going. He didn't break his maiden until career start number 4, but he is in top form right now. This gelded son of Stormy Atlantic, he won a one other than last time out, going away more convincing than the margin of victory looks. And Neptune Storm is listed at 5-1 for trainer Bill Morey and Quinta Sormo. I like him. I respect number 9, Big Scott Daddy, the most lightly raced horse in the field, making only the third start of his career. Big Scott Daddy, if he runs well on Saturday, wouldn't be at all surprised to see them take a shot in the Santa Anita Derby in early April. As for the morning line favorite, Rajika, he's a first-time gelding, but I don't think he's going to be the favorite. His odds are going to float up from 3-1. Favoritism, I would expect number 9, Big Scott Daddy, who is my second preference, to be the favorite when all is said and done. But I'm going to bet against him. I'm going to bet on the very sharp Neptune Storm in the Pasadena Stakes on Saturday at Santa Anita. Okay, it's time for the thumbs up and thumbs down segment. And the first one, I feel a little awkward giving a thumbs up to this guy because he's no longer with us. Let's go ahead and put the graphic up. And a big thumbs up to Battle of Midway. We lost him last Saturday. He was injured and subsequently euthanized, but he won 8 of 16 starts. He earned $1.5 million. I've always had a soft spot for Battle of Midway because we actually did a video on him before he ever ran in a race. He went on to finish third in the Kentucky Derby, and later that year, a $30.40 upset in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. Battle of Midway would have been one of the top handicap horses in the country at age 5. He was retired to stud, turned out to be subfertile. He would have been, but we lost him last Saturday. I just wanted to give a thumbs up to Battle of Midway. He was a fun guy to watch. He won half his starts, and the handicap division is going to miss him. Okay, I promised you last week that I would have something to complain about, and I do. You know, you would think in this digital age that communication would be easy, but communication continues to be problematic in the racing industry, and it happened again last weekend at Santa Anita. Whatever happened to common courtesy and open dialogue, even simple things like acknowledging receipt of an email or text, or an occasional thank you? It happens a lot less often than it should, and the latest example of the communication deficit occurred last Sunday at Santa Anita when the overnight was released in late afternoon with this warning at the bottom. Attention horsemen, there will be no training on the main track on Monday and Tuesday due to renovations. No warning, no advance notice, no chance for trainers to work horses Sunday instead, no communication at all, just a cold statement on the overnight, no training on the main track on Monday. Well, you know what happened. There was a huge uproar. Santa Anita conceded, and the track did open for training Monday, and it did not have to happen the way it did. Look, Santa Anita did the right thing, shutting down the track, searching for a cause behind the rash of recent breakdowns. But where Santa Anita fell short is in communicating beforehand plans to shut down the main track to give horsemen a chance to alter training schedules. Racetracks and horsemen do not have to agree on everything. They don't even have to like each other, but they do need to speak with one another. Communication should be easy. Courtesy should come naturally. Here's hoping the racing industry improves both. Okay, that's a wrap for the thumbs up and thumbs down segment. On Saturday, we're looking for Jaywalk and Bold Script in the Devonna Dale. I'm going to watch Hidden Scroll in the Fountain of Youth. I am going to wager on Neptune Storm in the Pasadena Stakes Saturday at Santa Anita. I'm Brad Free. See you next time.